and he did say that. He said that he should be happy that he gave him more prestige by losing to him in Pittsburgh. But Nick feels that he won Pittsburgh.
It's just his legs are so overpowering. At least that's what I see.
And just starting with weights, as of COVID started, that's when he started with weights.
Athletes and fans around the world, welcome to another episode of Primetime Muscle. I'm Tim Wilkins. It is Olympia week. We're just hours away from having all the trash talk and all the speculation come down to decision time. It doesn't get any better than that. As always, we are joined by Tarek Elgindy.
Great to be here. I'm honored to be here with the owner of Global Formulas, Jacob Frank. Chris Cormier is here. Thank you, Chris, for changing my oil this morning.
This is a Wolves, so get it straight.
Okay.
But is there any other place you'd rather be than here, right now, at the Olympia?
Listen, the Olympia is the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. There hasn't been anything even remotely close to the Mr. Olympia. And this weekend, we're going to have some of the biggest freaks in the world. Tim Wilkins, I can't wait.
It makes me think of your supplement, Super Freak, which is one of my favorite.
There will be some super freaks.
There will be some Ow! But this, guys, let's talk about the evolution of the sport, which is pretty important. When you think about the freaks that are going to be on that stage and compare it to 20 years ago, we talk about football when they were 220 pounds was a good lineman. Now, if you're not 350, this has got to be, hands down, pound for pound, the biggest lineup the Olympia stage will have ever seen.
I cannot wait to see it. I want to see the big guys come out there. Get Nick Walker, get Goodvito, get
Goodvito is massive in his last picture.
Neckzila.
Neckzila.
Oh, man. These
Rubiel.
guys, I want to see them in the call-out together. That's going to tilt the whole stage to the side. That's what I want to see, the big guys.
Now, Rubiel's one of his, you're still working with
Yeah, I mean,
Neckzila?
I'm saying, Tim, whenever you need me to do anything, I'm there. I believe wholeheartedly in this guy, even when other people didn't.
Have you seen him live, Jake?
I have not
We
seen
had
him
this
live.
discussion, and I was telling him, I said, the American public, the world actually, but the Americans has to see this guy. He's never stepped foot on American soil before. This will be the first time he has his visa, and he is coming for you. He will be raining down on the competition.
Wow.
All the way from Colombia. I mean, this guy was born on a farm. He's not someone that grew up around the gym. It's not even a gym in his hometown, not even hometown, in his village where he comes from in Colombia. And I mean, he was, his family would bring, the pigs and the chicken into town. So they're carrying this food into town. That's why he's got these big calves, these big gargantuan legs, this big old neck. They call him Neckzila for a reason. And then he's building his body. He's building the balance. The back is coming up. The chest is coming up. He has great abs for a big guy, and I cannot wait to see him. Let's go.
I think the last thing you said is what's noteworthy for 2025, which is the back is coming up. Shoulders need to come up, the chest. And it's not that this guy is not a freak. It's just his legs are so overpowering. At least that's what I see.
And just starting with weights, as of COVID started, that's when he started with weights.
It's crazy.
He's just now getting his feet wet in the sport, and he's coming.
Oh no, the
to
future's
Olympic
amazing
stage.
for this guy.
Guys, I judged him in July in Portugal when we called his name to do his individual, and he walked to the box, and I looked at his legs. I had never seen anything like it in my life. His legs are bigger than Tom Platt's. He's got the biggest legs in the history of bodybuilding. You guys, you get the pay-per-view right now, because once that man comes on stage, you're going to see the biggest legs in the history of mankind.
He's the only guy I ever seen he has to have a fire truck outside the gym when he's doing his cardio, because those legs are just
Oh, God.
Fire truck outside.
So to you kids that are at home thinking, should I do squats? Should I do deadlifts? What should I do to get massive quads? Lift livestock over fences.
Yes, doing all of that.
Carry pigs to town.
That's right.
Now, guys,
That's how
let's look
you
at
do
some
it.
pictures. Goodvito is another one that, what division was he in that you had to coax him?
Well, he was in another federation,
Oh.
and I remember messaging him, and he said, I need money. I want money. I need money. I'm not going anywhere without money. I called Felipe Bragança from Integral Medica. We brought him to Brazil. We signed him on a sponsorship. Here's the thing about Goodvito. When people were talking about Mike Krizo and Goodvito from the other thing, I thought he was the one with the most potential, and it turned out that I think he is now more complete. One thing people have to understand about Vitaliy Goodvito, he's from extreme East Russia. He's close to Japan. He lives in an island close to
Siberia,
Japan.
huh?
Correct. What people don't know is that's an area that has had a lot of conflict. During every war that's been in that area is Japan trying to invade Russia, Russia defending itself. This guy, he has a personality he has war mentality personality. He's coming to the United States he wants to win the whole thing. He's not one of those guys that plays around. He's coming to win. And look at the size of the quads. Ridiculous.
The feathering and the density of those quads.
You know,
Chris.
I've been to Siberia. It was a gym that was a war bunker, and they had all this equipment down there. The leg press, it was made out of a car seat. That was the leg
God.
press. And you push up. Like these guys, like you really want to come from a place like that. I mean, you got to really want it.
So it's one thing for Rocky to go train there,
Right.
but to live there and grow up there.
There was no bathroom there. You got to go up the stairs to go outside and use the bathroom. But it was an actual war bunker, and it was a full-on gym inside there.
You're going to be hardcore. Now, guys, you talked about the backs are coming up. That's the front with veins in the lats. Those aren't even barn doors. That's the whole barn. That's a massive set of lats from the front.
No, this guy's a little bit different. He's got the top and the bottom. I mean, he's bringing that entire package. You know?
But he has to work on the back because the back has not been up to par recently, and I know he had a little scare before the Pittsburgh Pro?
Yeah, I think he
you heard
tore
his
something, yeah.
Yeah, so you got to be careful with a physique like this, but if he can bring the back like the front, then he's going to be going places.
Oh, here's the difference between them. This guy, Vitaliy Ugolnikov, has huge legs. Are they as big as Neckzila? No. But Vitaliy Ugolnikov has reached a level of conditioning that Neckzila has not.
Right.
So he might be ahead of the game in terms of experience, in terms of coming in shredded. And look, we talk about shredded. He's got the hamstrings right here, the lines on the hamstrings and the glutes. When we go to Neckzila, we don't see the striated glutes, and the lines are a little bit soft.
No, don't
There
go
it
there.
comes.
Are you not
Do
seeing
not go
this?
there.
Are
Do
you
not
not
go
seeing
there.
this?
Do not go
Here
there.
comes the bias coach.
Because
Here
he
comes
has
the bias coach.
he has the hamstrings. He has
but
striated
they're
glutes.
not defined. I mean, what do
Not
I
in
say?
this photo.
Okay.
But they are now when he won the last show he
Well,
did.
you already know what's going to happen?
And his legs are a lot more leaner than this. You give it this justice with this photo you put up.
Well,
I know you
listen.
did it on purpose. I know you did it on purpose,
Listen, before you go back to changing oil,
Oh, wow.
we have these pictures from his first pro show in Dubai.
But this
I'm
ain't
not
it.
going to speculate what you saw in the room a few hours ago right here in Las Vegas. I'm not going to speculate that. I am a judge. I can only speculate on what
Well,
has
judge
happened
then.
in the
Do
past.
some judging then.
Okay?
Do some
Okay?
judging. Open
Your
your eyes.
changing of oil sucks.
Open your eyes.
That's what I
Open
judge.
your eyes then, Judge.
So let's
That's
go back
what
to,
I
though,
say.
Church.
here's an interesting thing for some of these guys. So this goes back to genetics. Obviously, both these guys have some hardcore work ethics. Growing up culturally, these are warriors. Genetically, though, why we don't at this level of leanness? There's no depth in the abs. You know, you've
Right.
got that level of striation.
Right.
They don't have the blocky abs of even a Neckzila. who,
Neckzila has them.
without being
Ice
as
cube.
conditioned right there in that picture as he has.
They call him Ice Cube.
Those are bigger than
You know, I gotta agree with Tim. I mean, he's got a little blocky there.
No,
you know?
no, but no.
But
when,
it's-
when he starts to pose, the body just transforms, and he can tell you because he judged him, but he knows, like, just like Nick Walker, just like some of these guys, they don't have the pleasing structure, but when they start to pose, that structure goes away, and you're looking at that fantastic muscle.
And I agree with you, Chris. When he starts posing, a lot of it comes to life, but I'm yet to see a extreme level of conditioning. Even and that's impressive. He won in Portugal and Dubai. Well, no, he won in Portugal and Italy.
Yeah.
Let me correct that. But we have not seen what we've seen from Goodvito. And if he wants to beat Goodvito, he needs to bring the level of conditioning. Otherwise, he's going to fall out of the top 10. He needs to come in conditioned and shredded and with the mass. Otherwise, this guy is going to surpass him.
But I will say, since both of these guys are relatively new, he's new to even weights.
Right.
And he's new to this level in this federation. I think both these guys have a lot of developing that we're going to see live on stage.
They both have a lot to prove.
Yeah.
And I think Neckzila's legs are getting leaner and leaner as he starts to do more and more shows. He just needs time. He just needs more time.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he's been competing since he was like 16.
Right.
And he has just been bodybuilding for what, a few years?
Just a few years.
I mean, so
he had a handful of shows under his belt, but he's just now starting to learn what to do. Don't need coaching. Before, he needed coaching for, come over here with the other guys. You know, put your chest up more, clamp your arm down. He needed all that type of instruction. He don't need that now. So now he's going to start to, as he competes, his fat composition is going to change and the muscle mass is going to go up.
All right, guys, there's a lot to be. You talk about falling out of the top 10. I'm talking about, we're talking about the loggerhead, that log jam that's in 1st through 5th with Martin, Nick, Hadi, Samson, and Derek. And then 5 through 10, that next log jam of guys all trying to make it into the top 5, of course, Andrew Jack, Brandon Curry, William Bonac, Fitzwater, Tonio Burton. We got some guys that brought some serious conditioning this year, who just won Italy a few weeks ago, that beat out Sergio.
Urs Galachinski won in Italy, and then, you know, he also did great in Germany. Here's one thing that I disagree with Chris, that they have a lot to prove. I'm going to be a little bit easy on them because this is their first Olympia. This is not their third Olympia.
My first Olympia, I was in top 6.
Oh, wow, okay.
I had a lot to prove.
Okay.
Hey, you had. Oh, see, the jealousy comes. The jealousy continues. It's real. It's real in the field. But I'm just telling you, they all want to make that top 6. That's everyone's dream of going at that. You know, that first call out. That's where you want to be. But in your first show, you want to make a statement like, I'm one of these real guys that the judges have to wait and see how I look before they start seeing where they think people are going to place.
Well, I think, you know, Tarek said they're in danger of falling out of the top 10. I think that if either one of them fall in that top 10, that's a victory. You know, a victory for this level of competition. First Olympias, that's something to hang your hat on. As far as
totally agree.
I think 8th place to 10th place will be
amazing.
easy
finishes.
for these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, not easy, but can be doable for these guys to be there, and that'll be awesome for both of them.
Well, guys, if you're not going to be able to make it to Vegas, but you do want to make sure you don't miss any of the action at this year's Olympia, you're going to want to go to olympiaproductions.com. Get that live stream. Catch all the action start to finish.
It's going to be great. I cannot wait. We got a couple more days. Let's go.
All right, we have more to talk about. There's some quality trash talk this year throughout a lot of the divisions, and we're going to talk about a couple of the big ones and cover some other ones when we come back on Primetime Muscle. All right, it's Olympia week. We are back with our special guest, Jacob Frank from Global Formulas. Olympia week is exciting for you, very big.
It's huge. I mean, Olympia is the biggest event of the year. We are a proud sponsor of the Olympia. Love being there. The crowd is electric. We'll be directly in front of pre-judging all weekend, so it's going to be exciting from start to finish.
You and I watched Prejudge together, sit next to each other the last couple of years, and you love this sport.
I do. I mean, I've been involved in the bodybuilding fitness industry for years and years. It's my life. So, just seeing the transition of how it's gone from, as we talked on a previous episode about how bikini was before and how bikini is now, how bodybuilding changed from one level of craziness to an entirely new level, the men's physique, everything is just a blur at this point.
So, Tarek, going into this week, always a lot of excitement. And I almost wish sometimes that, I don't want to do this if you're a big wrestling fan and you don't know that some of it's fake, but but I almost wish when we get closer to the Olympia and the trash talk starts and there's plot lines and backstory, I love that about wrestling. I almost wish there was someone in Olympia headquarters creating storylines for these guys with bad guy characters. But it's not. This is organic trash talk. These guys, it's not like what Tarek always says. They hate each other. These bikini girls want to slit each other's legs. No, they don't. But there are some solid rivalries.
Well, at Olympia Battle 2024, Derek Lunsford went up to Samson Dauda and Nick Walker and said, "You guys are fighting for third. So just keep on, juggling around." Samson took it to heart, and Nick was pissed. So this rivalry does not begin in what happened in Pittsburgh. They've gone back and forth. When I went to pick him up at the airport, Nick Walker went into the passenger seat, and Derek reminded him, "Hey, next time you go in the back, I'm the Mr. Olympia." And Nick Walker responded, "But you ain't got my size." So people think this rivalry is just beginning. No, it has years and years of resentment. Nick Walker wanted to beat Derek Lunsford so bad in Pittsburgh. He would have destroyed that stage. He would have jumped. He didn't, and that's eating him alive. If that's not enough, Derek Lunsford, who's a wrestler from Indiana, goes in and says, "I think Nick should be happy that he lost to me, because it's an honor that I was there as a Mr. Olympia to compete with him." Nick said, "Enough is enough." I talked to Nick at the lobby of the hotel, and he said, "Tarek, he's about to eat his words."
Yes, I think it's been a long-standing jabs. I mean, at dinner, at the when you picked them up and everything. At the battle. So they've been jabbing each other for a long time. Online, leaving subliminal messages and everything. And he did say that. He said that he should be happy that he gave him more prestige by losing to him in Pittsburgh. But, Nick feels that he won Pittsburgh. He feels in his heart that he won Pittsburgh, and he is going to use that as energy. I know how Leos do. They'll take something and use it as energy, and he's going to come to this week and show him just how Leos do.
Tarek, we had a break with Chris gone where we didn't have to hear about horoscopes for a while.
This freaking Leo thing is so... Can I cuss, Nico? This Leo thing is so fucking stupid. Being of a sign does not mean that you're going to excel in sport. You gotta be fucking stupid to believe this shit.
It could bring you to ownership of the Olympia.
So what's your sign, Jacob?
Oh God, it's Taurus, but I don't care.
Okay,
You don't care like that? Because Leos are proud people.
I could care less.
Leos are proud people.
I could look at any horoscope and say, "Oh yeah, I could be 5 of those."
Chris is an aquarium. That's what
Aquarium.
he is. He's full of water.
I'm an aquarium.
You're also holding water. You're also holding water.
Now he's proud.
I
Now
just
he's
want to
proud.
interject one thing. When you talked about Nick saying he should have won, I think any great competitor should leave a close battle with that same attitude.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know what the judges were thinking. I should have won. You know.
Well,
It's-
but the thing is, though, people thought that his back not only rivaled his, but might have edged out a couple different times that they called it, edged out Derek's. So, I mean, and I feel it was the best taper he had in his waist, controlled it most of the time. And not only that, people say because he went toe-to-toe for so long that they're waiting to see who was going to break. And I think he holds a little bit of a resentment towards that because everyone's going to breathe. They had multiple champions that their stomach was coming in and out. Ronnie Coleman to be one. And, you're going to breathe at some point. But when he hits his shots, he's deadly and it's the best it's going to be his absolute best this year. You're going to see in a couple of days.
Well, there's another factor. On the following day in Pittsburgh, Samson Dauda guest posed. Derek was there on stage, and Bob Ciccarillo, who doesn't like controversy,
not at all.
he asked, "What did you think of Derek's performance yesterday?" And Samson Dauda gave a reply that was not very friendly to Derek. He said, "It was close." He didn't say you won the show. He said it was close. And I know Derek was not happy about that. Derek wants to get back also at Hadi for walking off the stage the year he won. When people talk to me and say, oh, they all love each other, shut the hell up. I know these guys. I know them. They want to win and they need to create an enemy. Obviously, when they get the microphone, they become United Nations spokesperson. But in the gym, when they're doing heavy squats, they need to have an enemy. Like Michael Jordan, he envisioned enemies. And this is exactly what they do.
That's right. That's right.
Any enemies?
What do you
Anything
think
you want to
about
get
that?
off? Who are you coming for?
I'm always coming for Chris.
Why me, man? I'm your buddy, though.
Yeah, you are.
I'm your guy.
So these guys, I'm so excited to see what they bring when they get up there. All the trash talk gets washed away by the panel of what, 7, you judges?
No, actually, at the Olympia, we have more judges than that. We have 11 judges. It's a huge honor to judge the show. But when you sit there and you need to look at these physiques, you really don't have time to think of any backstory. It's so quick, and you got to be looking at back double biceps, and then it changes to another pose. And none of those backstories come to your mind. And then you realize somebody's going to be the winner. It's a tremendous honor. I've been judging the Olympia. This is going to be my 6th year. And every year I get out of there and I stand up and I have tears in my eyes because it's so emotional. It doesn't get better than the Mr. Olympia. I have gone to a football game. I've gone to an NBA game. I've gone to baseball games at the old Yankee Stadium. Being at the Mr. Olympia, watching those guys hit the poses and fight for, it's got to be one of the best live events along with UFC. But if you can't be there, what should you do, Tim?
You should go to olympiaproductions.com and watch the live stream for all the action, starting with the press conference, taking you through all the action. And if you got anybody, either you're following the amateurs or you've got someone that's competing in the amateur Olympia, that's an important factor that starts Tuesday and Wednesday, press conference Thursday, and then pre-judge Friday and Saturday mornings and night shows Friday and Saturday night. You don't want to miss the action.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
I was
pumped.
I was so going to do that. I was so going to do
Yeah,
that.
I know you. I saw you reaching.
I'm pumped. And I want to know what this product has come about because the label is new, but have you added any ingredients to BioPump?
Nothing taken out, only added. More pump, more muscular endurance, more lactic acid buffering, more nootropics for focus, and you can sleep.
Wow, very cool. We're gonna try today. Chris and I are gonna have a shoulder workout at Pro Physique. I'm gonna crush him, and I'm gonna have some pumped with me.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out for you.
When you'll be all great, pumped up from that dry scoop you did on a previous episode.
You know, let me tell you one thing. If you can dry scoop
Protein.
a protein, you can dry scoop a protein like I did.
Yeah.
Then you can call yourself a hardcore bodybuilder.
That is
okay?
a talent. That is a
You know?
talent.
With one photo.
Well, we thank you for not only your support of this show, but your support of the Olympia. Your love of the sport keeps it going and growing like it is.
I love everything about it. Wouldn't change a thing.
Well, things are changing. We're going to continue to talk about that on some upcoming episodes because after this Olympia, things change for how you're going to qualify to get on the world's biggest stage next year. We thank Global Formulas, as always. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about this. When you're commenting, let us know what your thoughts are on Nick Walker and Derek Lunsford, Neckzila, Goodvito, or who you think the next wave of freaks are that are going to dominate the Olympia stage. Jacob Frank, thank you.
Thank you.
Tarek
Appreciate it.
Elgindi,
More than welcome.
Chris Cormier, the real deal.
That's my man.
All right. Dude, fun till Daddy takes your T-bird away. Tim Wilkins, we'll see you on the next Primetime Muscle.